Picture this. You've been preparing for months to give a talk on a subject you're particularly passionate about. You find your rhythm instantly, and your delivery is flawless. The audience hangs off your every word, and your speech is punctuated at all the right times by laughter and awe. A few days later, you're approached by one of your audience members and congratulated on having given such an interesting speech. Eager to get more feedback and perhaps to pad your ego, you ask for a specific highlight, a most memorable moment. Your audience member opens their mouths as if to speak, but stops, mumbles a bit, and comments that it was all pretty good before hurrying off. The colour drains from your face as it dawns on you what's happened. They don't remember any of the information that you tried so hard to get into their heads. Although this particular story is fictional, such scenarios are incredibly common. Even if you haven't given an engaging, entertaining, but ultimately forgettable speech, chances are you've been an audience to one. Communication is the foundation to any successful relationship. But it doesn't matter how well you can deliver a speech if nobody's going to remember what you have to say. My name is Daniel Kilov, and I am a memory athlete. I'm capable of memorizing a shuffle deck of cards in 5 minutes and 47 seconds, and 117 random digits in under 5 minutes. In 2011, I was the silver medalist at the Australian Memory Championships, where I also set an Australian record by memorizing the order of 99 abstract shapes in under 15 minutes. Success with the memory techniques I use in competition is not predicated on any natural memory ability or talent. Rather, I employ a very simple set of mnemonic techniques and principles which can be very easily learnt and applied to any subject. In particular, an understanding of the principles of effective remembering can help us to make our communication much more memorable. Specifically, our speeches need to grab the attention of our audience. They need to tell a story, and, most importantly, they need to tell it visually. Okay, time for a pop quiz. Can you remember my scores from the Australian Memory Championships? I told you only a moment ago, but chances are this information went in one ear and out the other. By contrast, I imagine you can probably remember the story I had you visualize all the way back at the start of my speech. And this, I imagine you can do in quite some detail. This works for the same reasons you can recall the plot of a movie that you saw only once, maybe years ago, and made no deliberate attempts to remember, but probably can't remember what you had for breakfast on this day a week ago. Whilst many good speakers are entertaining, engaging and humorous, it's to no avail if their message is forgotten. They may stimulate the senses, but unless they engage your mind's eye and your imagination, their message will soon be lost and forgotten. Now, compare these two messages. In 2009, 8,277 Australians died from dementia. An important statistic, but not particularly memorable. Now, picture this. You and 3 of your friends are in your favourite cafe. A fortune teller walks in. She takes a seat and begins to start telling you your futures. Much to your horror, she reveals that should you all make it into your 80s, one of you will get Alzheimer's, and 2 more of you will become cognitively impaired, even Mensas. By representing this information in a different way, and by creating mental images, we transform mundane statistics into memorable mental pictures. As an organisation of creative and clever people, Mensa has a lot to communicate, both to its members and to the public at large. By sharing the principles that make me an effective memory athlete, I would hope to make all of that communication absolutely unforgettable.